Greetings and salutations. Welcome to. Thank you very much. Welcome to Saturday Night Reaver. And I thought I'd just, before we got going with the Reaver action, this is what became of the Zameek that we was dealing with on Wednesday, and see, it's quite a nice looking ship. So I was actually quite pleased how that came out in the end. There's a lot of gold in that. Kind of made a rod for my own back, but I like it, so that's what matters. I really like the ship, I really do. So we'll put that away, so it's not going to get hurt or damaged or anything like that. But we got one of these. This is the last Reaver Titan that I have. This will be destined towards the Legio Gryphonicus, because it's the last Reaver that they need for their maniples. But how was your week been? That's the important thing. What's been happening in the world where you live? So, instructions. Ha! We laugh at instructions. And the actual command sheet there, the command console, and weapons cards, and decals, of course. Also have the Legions Imperialis base, which I don't use on this particular engine, because all the other ones have the AT bases. The only ones that I've used the LI bases with are the dire wolves that I got. So the last couple have them, but then the dire wolves. Right. Weapons. So with this is the beta class Titan of the Reaver variety. One head, but you have a couple of different fascias for it. Volcano cannon, melter cannon, las blaster, chain fist. They're your weapon options that you have with this particular model. So they can go away for now. Armor plates, don't need them just yet. This is the sprue that we need. Familiarise myself once more as I go surging in, all guns blazing, with Titan building. So I'm just going to whip off the immediate parts. Now with Reaver Titans, with building them, the most important part in getting right is its stance. So that's why we're getting First of all, the hips sections off. And always do that. The little bits here, they are slightly curved. Oh, he drops that. So just press them to curve, give them a spin, and you'll see where it lines up close and tightly. Now, when I'm doing Reaver legs, the one here with the exhaust, I would actually like to you really peed me off camera. Well, basically on the front, to what I consider the front, doesn't have anything. The back has the exhaust port. Right, you can zip in on a finger. Why can't you zoom on a bit of plastic? Right, there you go. So, leggies. Now they're actually together. Give them a little any flash. Let's excessive amounts of plastic. Then we do the lower legs, or shins to normal people. Just so shin section. Just get the glue on the inside edge, so the larger one. So again, that's going to be the one with the pistons, is the one that is the rear of the leg. So on the hip section, so the larger part is the front, so the groin, that's the butt. Leggy, leggy, thigh, leggy. Arse. Now, with the feet, basically the front toe is sloped. So you want the slope going from low to high, so inside, outside. So that is that foot there. Normally it's like the Titan's in like a power stance. So you know, like you get, a few years ago there was a swathe of ministers that would adopt a certain stance when posing because it dictates power. There are a bunch of twats doing it because they don't look right and they can't carry it off, but that's what you're after. So the slope towards, well, slope away from the centre is the right direction. Actually, just forgot that one on that one. Yes. Here's one I made earlier. So that's quite handy. Need a bigger clippers here. So this is what I normally do. You've got two halves here of the Civitas building set. So these are quite small ones. So you get in the roof section, cut that out, weird shapes, angles. You can do some more by just twisting. So it's like the floor has caved in as such. So just adds a little bit more sort of realism to your destruction. What I do a lot of the time as well is I'll go at an angle this way so that it's actually sloped, and then you can angle a foot to rest on it. So that way it looks like it's been properly pulverized and then stomped on. Maybe there was people hiding inside it. We don't know. It's a bit flat. That's a hearty smack and crack. And where you've cut this, maybe have to just trim that down a little bit, because I think this has been glued together before and it's not gonna go quite together as hoped. some gluey on that. There's bits that we've cut off. Just add them right back onto the base. Christoph, hello there yourself. My favourite greeting, apart from greetings and salutations. And how are you on this fine Saturday evening? Are you hobbying this evening? And if you are, what are you doing? What's on the tray? I'll be keeping notes, lovely basics. Oh, thank you very much. I honestly, these are just really straightforward, no messing about, so you can actually get quite a good looking base really simply. But as I was sort of saying at the start, is that with a Reaver Titan in particular, you need to plan it properly, because the stance is the most important factor with a Titan. So as you can see, we've got these bits in play now. So the idea would be the appropriate foot to be like so there, and then you can work back the leg position and try and find a position that will work better for him, so it doesn't look like it's false, if you know what I mean. So that's what this is all about. Still also a lot better than my completely plain. Bless you. Also, I hope the positioning on your Reaver will have me avoiding chicken legs on my own Titans. Yeah, as I said, like with certain Titans, like Warbringers in particular, have a very limited position to put them into. But again, with a tactical building, you can change it very subtly, very simply, but it does give a sort of an illusion of motion, and that's what you want, because like Reavers aren't a Titan to keep still. Same with Warhounds and more. Definitely, you want that sort of sense of movement. We get this figured out. So, because the other thing is like with I try to keep like one leg as stable as possible. Whenever possible, he says. So as I'm doing this, I'm sort of guesstimating how I want it to be. So that feels about right on that one. So no mucking about, it's straight into gluing and gluing. Because as I'm looking at this, I'm sort of visualizing how I want it to look in the final part. need more space. Just adjust the base. Also, don't be scared to put something underneath the hill if it's not sitting quite right to how you want it to be. Oh, you're working on a full-size Valdor. Cool. Well, I'll take it's the plastic one, not the old resin ones. Resin's always been a bit fun. Plastic's so much easier to work with. Hey Arnold, how are you, buddy? Especially with all those, best to have 4 arms to properly post them. It's a lot of juggling. Currently just trying to find some still leaves a gap for when we put the armor plates on, because you've got to be careful not to go too extreme with the positioning, otherwise it's going to restrict the ability to put said things in the right position. My model my bits boxes. I'm putting a little bit here to indicate where the toe goes near enough on that. Yeah, passive one arrived today. I don't mind working with resin, but especially old models are not the best cast. New ones are quite nice. Well, that's what we want. We want nice models. We don't want to be fecking about with stuff that don't quite fit. Like the old sort of Storm Eagle, for example. That was one of the worst ones I've had to deal with. Just, you know, when the sides of the aircraft was a little bit wonky, to say the least. So at one stage I had my hands in a bowl of hot water manipulating it, massaging it even. So just using a whole bit of sprue for random bits of rubble. And Reaver shoulder pad. It's just adding like these little random bits in here, so you can get a feel that it's you know, bits of like rebar and what do you call them? Girders. I'll do one for the back foot. Just going to mix the sets for bases. I have half a Civitas Imperius box unbuilt and new ruins set lying around. Yeah, so normally in those kits you use the bigger pieces to make the bigger buildings and everything, but those little sections because there's a scenery bit on its own. It's not very impressive, really. I suppose for LI now, yeah, you could do a little one story building complex or whatever. But who wants to do that? You want a big building. But you know, just use them for smashed up bits. I don't even know if this one's still fluid. Well, I have another one sitting around. Obviously not. That's where I went. Yep, that's all hard. Right. We'll give this a try then. So here's my sandy mix. We get a few more rocks. Oh. Apparently this is 5 years out of date. There's an expiry on the bottom. Admittedly, this is one I found in a box. It was still fluid, so I thought, oh, might as well use that. could always reverse it like that. Actually, I quite like that. So we've got that there. Or maybe it's stepping off that. Get off. So get these. Change a tactic. So I bought myself a new proper super glue yesterday. So it's either currently stomping a building or just stomped a building. Yeah, so you can. I've done it before where I've done one way and changed my mind because I thought, hold on a sec, that looks pretty cool that way. So you can mix it up. And sometimes you don't realise you've actually done something a little bit cooler looking. So you're allowed to change your mind. let a little dribble run down. And the closer you get to the foot, the less you want to go with the stones. And use gravity to aid your work. So sometimes you do get a little bit carried away with the glue, like I have. Got some on my fingers, but hey ho. And to help hide the bits that you've utilised, let's give that a little sprinkle, just to try and camouflage it a bit better. So this part you can't really go wrong with it. as such, because you're giving more definition and character. Got a rock there. Alright, so that's the base done. So there a sec. Get my little broom. And in you go, into the pot. This back on. So, he said that's the base. Time for a swig. That is good. Right. So, everyone's favourite part now is the pipes between the legs. It's yeah, not fun. than that, it's probably the easiest I've ever done the bloody things. I'll just do it more often on stream. You can get up. Well, I'll be honest, these are a pain. You don't get this with Warlords. You don't get this with Warbringers. You don't get this with Dire Wolves. You don't get this with Warmaster's Iconoclast. This is a completely unique feature of the Reaver, is that it's got a 2-point ankle armour, or 2-part ankle armour I should say. On that. So these are the side parts. You've got the front, and these two final ones are the rears. They're identifiable because they have a little extra flourish on there. Plus they're slightly shorter in comparison to the other bits. Just make sure you get that. Just dislodge that. That's not good. Yeah. Right. Let's get this front part done. So sorry about that, I just headbutted it. It's not my intention, but it happened. We just have to deal with it. So, as you see, it's got that sloped insert because you want to try and get that in there and get the armor greaves onto it. Now, this is just how I like to do things, do the front and then the back. But you can do it any which way you like. There's no right or wrong. As I said, this is just how I like to do things. Again, just make sure you just try and get it looking sort of straightish, if you know what I mean. Do you do any sub-assemblies on your Titans? Not really. I used to, like, on the only time I do sort of like paint things separately is when I've got on like the shoulder plates or something. In the past, when I've done certain designs, like the hexagonal stuff on the Legio Ignatum in particular, they're the only ones I've ever done separate and then attached. I think halfway through my Legio builds, I just started. I know I did it with Legio Solaria. I just built them and then painted them because it was just as easy to do that than not. How are you today, sir? Are you hobbying? I'm assuming you are. This is right to an 8. I know I was mucking about with positioning because obviously that's the position we worked on initially, like that. As I said, sometimes I have swung things around just to see how they look. I'm going to say, like with that, as if it's just getting off. It doesn't look right, but as a pose, I don't know. I'm not going to do it, but I'm just saying this. It's always worth to have a look, is what I suppose I'm trying to say there. So hello, Lasshammer. It is good to see you once again. How are you? How are you, brother? What are you doing, my dear? Causing chaos, no doubt. I'm just building tiny titans, as always. Well, I say, first time this year, anyway. So I'm having flashbacks the other week. Right, if you just follow me. Oh, she's gone. Brother, come back! There's too many of them, brother. There's whooshing off. A vanguard. Such a vanguard you are. How are you, my battle brother? I'm fine, my battle brother. It's been a bit cold today, and work was a bit dreary. But I survived. I came back, cooked myself a monster lamb dinner with mint sauce gravy, you know, all the trimmings. And then I sort of felt fat for about 45 minutes and just laid there just going, ah. and then I got myself sorted and yeah. Hello to Luke. Luke, technical support, the Tech Marine. The one who is behind the ferociousness of Lass. Hammer. Let loose. The one that keeps the lights going when Lass breaks them. That's a thankless task being there. Well, no, you got thanked quite a lot, I believe. You know, you saved Lass on several occasions. Well, he is the Tech Marine, isn't he? Really. You break it, he fixed it. You have a good weekend? Have you been up to anything exciting? Causing mayhem, destroying the enemies before you with your grapple gun and Volkite charger to go. Sorry, no, pew or choom. Sorry, choom. That's the sound of a Volkite. That was decided many years ago. Somewhere. Volkite goes tune. Let's tidy that bit. I also missed that bit there. I'm a naughty lady. Hop. Getting ready for 1,000 points AOS tourney. AOS club last night, painting today, tournament tomorrow. Need some SM2 action soon. Well, you turn up and I'll be there. I shall be the guiding hand to your recklessness. Lass, hold this hand grenade. It is safe. Why did you pull the pin out? Yes. So yeah, you let me know, and I shall get my big boy pants on and my plasma death do. I can't even think of what it's actually called. Yeah, the plasma dude. Reclass, you could say, yo. I see what you did there. That was very me like. And hello to you, sir, Ian Millington Davis. Welcome to the stream. Are you hobbying this evening? And if so, what are you hobbying? There are many turnips for me and my battle brother to purge. How many Reavers do I have now? Oh, bloody hell. That's probably quite easy to estimate because I have 10 Legios and one of them is Audax, so they have none. So 9 left, and each of them have 5 Reavers. So, well, this is the 5th Reaver for the Gryphonica, so 45 Reavers. That was easy. But if you ask any like other one, because Warhounds would be, I can't remember how many Audax runs I've got. And I know Solaria, I've got 6 with Solaria. Everyone else has 5, apart from Audax, who has more. Oh no, these are not the tiny tanks. I can show you tiny tanks if you wish, for I have them very close by. In fact, they're about 4 feet over there. I have a whole arrangement of tiny tanks from legions of the Emperor's Children and the Imperial Fists. So if I just stick that on there. That's there. I shall wiggle my way over. Oi, oh, my legs! Ah! Emperor's Children. Tiny tanks. The tiniest tankies. So we have little tiny Sicarans. Little tiny Predators. With the Sicarans. Oh, magnet. So you can swap out that for a plasma cannon, or you can swap back again like this. And the little Predators, now these aren't magnetized because they've got a big hull and they've got a big pluggy bit, so you can have the auto cannon one, or you can have the las cannon. The las cannon. It's got a double las cannon glass. I've got little heavy bolters on the sides. Unfortunately, I wish my camera would actually zoom in when I want it to zoom in and focus when I want it to focus, but it doesn't. So these are little tiny dunks. So that's those ones. But are you ready for these? Can you handle? Can you actually handle tiny dreadnoughts? The teeniest, tiniest dreadnoughts. So you've got the Contemptors. Then you've got the little Doridios. And then you've got the tiny Leviathans. So like, hi guys, we're really small. We like hurting things. So they are cute. Then we have God, war. Tiny drop pods. And the little doors, they open. Oh bugger. They open. Your little tiny drop pod. Little tiny drop pod. You've got Spartans. So they're the big tonks. But you've also got Land Raiders, which are slightly smaller. Like that. And you've also got, that's no end. You've got Kratos. So the Kratos, which is a really cool little tonk. Look at that. And airplane wise, you've got Xiphons. So you've got Xiphons there. I've actually got my latest one, which I painted last week. The Thunderhawk. Iconic aircraft of the skies. With its zoom. Whoosh. And then you have his little friends going zoom with it as well. Going pew, 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 and covering fire like Top Gun. What else have we got? Oh, what's that? I've got some. There's some more. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Little Storm Eagle. So that can carry troops. That can carry troops. So that will go troops, and that will go troops. So I think these can carry 2 little bases of troops. These can carry 4 bases of troops. Let's have a look. Oh, there you go. And these are your little troops. Which again, camera, you really do be proud. Right, hold on, see if I can. Right. Camera control, zoom. That's the. Right, come on. No, that's it. Max focus. Yeah, so it's not the greatest of being able to see. Yeah, so tiny dudes. Jump out the plane and go, yay! And go twatting things. And there's a big Titan. That's a small Titan, really. So small Titan. Little dudes. Good thing they're on the same side, really. So yeah, so they're really fucking tiny. So better than normal. But yeah, so they are cute as feck. Hey, Alucard, hello. Playing a game, but you inspire me. Good job, Mars. Well, thank you very much, the Alucard. I want them all, bless you. They are so wee. They are the weeest of the tiniest tonks and space dudes. I'm sorry to interrupt your building, but tiny tanks. No, we all love tiny tanks. It's all right. It is glorious. Tiny tonks. So, would you like to see the other ones? Because they're the same tanks, but in yellow, basically. Right, so not only do you have Emperor's Children, you've also got the tiny chunks of the air. I can't get it out the bloody box. Oh, there we go. So Legio Kratos of the Imperial Fists. So tiny chunk, but in yellow and black, which is cool. So they're all the basic again. The Spartan. I don't have any. I don't think I have any Land Raiders for these dudes. There's like Kratos, them, those dudes. But the other ones I've got come in red, and they're the tanks of the Mechanicum. So that's the Triaris. And with the Triaris, you can also have like the little Vulturax Automator. So this is the precursor to the Chaos, the Nurgle Blight drones, apparently. So before they got corrupted, they were like this. Little floaty blooties. That's a Domitar. So yeah, lots and lots of little dudes with their badassery emboldened. All yellow Predator. Ooh. But again, like with some of them, they're so much easier. Like I said, like the Sicarans, which were those ones. Again, they actually have the magnets points there, so you just got to buy the magnets and then plonk them in, swap them out. The Kratos don't, but they just, you know, sort of just sit in there. It's not as if you're going to be. Ow, no! I broke it. Bollocks. That's all right. That's what we have super glue for. For when Lee gets a little bit carried away. So. Although you can have the Tonk without the Dozer blades. But the Dozer blades, you know, you wouldn't want to be run over by them, would you? So yeah, see, that's what you don't do. You don't get over excited and throw things around. That's naughty. Right. Oh, so I just realised I've got that. Don't need that. Okay. You bugger off. Go on. Shoot. Yes. So there is. Like you've got more. Well, I say more selection. Like the Solar Auxilia. So you've at the moment there's three army factions. So the Solar Auxilia, which are basically like the Imperial Guard, elite Imperial Guard. They've got a really cool range of tanks with them. So like Layman Russ tanks, and then you got the Valdors, Malcadors, and Bane Blades, Shadow Swords, Storm Hammers, and stuff like that. Space Marines, which you have, you know, standard Rhinos, Land Raider Spartans. Sicarian and Kratos. There is actually, I've got a box here. So I got these for Christmas. So it's the Sabre Tank Squadron. So they're tiny, they're like Rhino sized, but they're tanks, and they've got like neutron laser things or auto cannons. And you've got 8 of them. by all accounts, they're a right little fucker to build. So that's for later. I did consider building these tonight. Then I thought, no, I want to build a Titan. So that's why we've got the Titan. So zoom off. Stop. There we go. So it fell off. It's okay. I've saved it. I caught it. But yeah, tiny. They're so cute though. They really, really are. Although you did get at the start, because you obviously you got a lot of people coming out going on about the infantry dudes. They are fucking tiny, and when you see them on the table, like you can just about make out what they are, and that's about it. But some people really got upset because of, oh yeah, it's not so clean and it's not so great and all that sort of stuff. It's alright. I get Luke to build a tech support, tech marine, always on the job. Oh, I just realised I have a Reaver Titan weapon. This is a conversion beamer for a Reaver. It's been sitting there for about 2 months. I built it, stuck a magnet on it, and I haven't done anything with it. But yeah, having a Luke on hand to build stuff is always cool. So that's hats off to you, cunningly getting yourself a Luke. Always handy to have one around the house. Yeah, so with Titans again, so we've got most of that done. You've got these little fuckers. These are the void shield generators, and it is at this point I always glue them on, because that way you don't lose them, and always have them like that, finger over the top so they don't shoot off. Although that's only the first there. Because the amount of times people have lost those little bastards. So that's why I stick them on at this juncture. Thus I don't lose them. And I'll probably lose one now because I've mentioned it. There you go. Let's hold that in place and haha. I spent an unseemly amount of time crawling around my old kitchen looking for drop void shields. Yeah, I lost one once, briefly, and it was the worst feeling ever. It's like, no, I'm gonna have a shield missing. Oh, it's the worst day of my life. I may have over dramatized that, but it's yeah, they're tiny little bastards, and they can easily get knocked off the your worktop and all that, and then they just bounce. They bounce forever. Those things. And it's just finding them again. It's kind of soul destroying. But as I said, I've managed to find it. It did take about 10 minutes of frantic searching, hands and knees. There's no other way. You have to go hands and knees. And even though it's grey, it was onto a hardwood floor with all like the grain and that doesn't help. It was like the ultimate camouflage. End of sprue. Break it. Plonk it in the box for disposal. And a little bit of that. Badunk. But yeah, it's one of the two things that get mentioned the most, I reckon, is I say three things. What size magnets to use is one of the most common questions that you see on Titan related forums and pages. Where the hell is my void shield generator, and how much people hate painting trim. But the secret to painting trim is that you choose a Legio which has silver trim, because, well, other people do it differently, but I would spray my Titan with a primer to start with, because the reason why I do that is because when you have resin parts, if you sprayed that with like lead belcher and sprayed that with lead belcher, they'll look slightly different, and you don't want them to look slightly different, you want them to look the same. So you go grey primer, like Halford's grey primer still, over them all, then the lead belcher, so it's all a level playing field, so they don't look out of place. And yeah, you do that, and then everything is groovy. A little bit of soul. Beep, beep, beep. So these are the shoulders for the Titan weapon systems. If some glue would like to come out, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just drop it right down there. And then you get I don't know if you can pick this up, but there is actually like a party going on over that way, and that way is the park behind my house. So there's obviously some cars, some young rapscallions in their souped up Fiat 500s, sitting there playing some beats. To be fair, they haven't been around for a while, you know. I'm not bothering that because you can't see that bit. This is the tricksy one. Around there. And squish that in. And then with your blade, one. That was my impersonation of someone who was a little bit nervous about handling this bit of plastic. I'm going to try something. What's that? Reload. It's about this time of night I like to try out some new Jelly Tots Tangy. Found these in the shop yesterday. If I can get into the bloody bag. Little Jelly Tots. Oh! Ooh! Yeah, they're tangy. Ooh. I like them. Yeah, it's actually rather nice. Wow, they've got an edge to them. Plonk. And plonk. Yes, so that's all tickety boo. Right, although I'm just tidying up these knee pads, I'm going to put them on after I've done the greaves. my finger with me clippers, my little nippers. This is the actual worst part of, not the worst part, but it is the worst part. Not the tidying up, but it is the worst part of tidying up this part. It's a bendy bit inverted, whereas where the connections, the gates are on a straight bit, it's straightforward. You can never quite get it. I hate it so much. So this is that's how you should have it finished, like that. But because of the angle of the foot,
honed your negotiation skills and smashed the
What's going on now?
In fact, the
Adverts.
CEO
What we shouldn't be. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover career development titles on Audible.
Well, we went through all of that. So with a little bit of luck, that's back in there. So, whew, that was close. I was getting worried there for a second. Shin the pads. Wow, I think I might have OD'd on them. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Poop. Let that cook off. There we go. I need some more of these. Too tangy. Oh. Well, that's what we're looking at so far. See the head. Yeah, I like this. I like this. This is good. Right, I think that'll do me for tonight. Oh, hey, looking good. Thank you very much, Mouse. How are you, my darlings? When you was on the other day, you couldn't hear anything, could you? Because I didn't realise that nobody could hear me for about an hour and a half. It was a little bit concerning when I found out. Nope. No, I was chatting away for about an hour and a half. Well, in between bits, it was, I don't know, weirdly quiet. Yeah, I didn't realise was when I have it on my phone and I'm like watching along as such. I know you weren't, you know, you was doing stuff anyway. You said that when you came on, but no, I would always say hello to you. He went to a, it was about 9:30 when Hendy joined, and he went, yeah, can't hear anything. I went, what? I started uni. Oh, yes, again. And I'm kind of trying not to implode, to be honest. No, that's fair. Bless you. What are you doing at uni? What is your subject of choice? Teaches the certificate for kindergarten and the preschool, basically. Cool. At least your video was on. Yeah, the video was on, but honest, there was a few comments, but nobody mentioned about the sound. But honestly, I was like chirping away as I often do, um, and yeah, like it didn't. To be honest, it didn't even occur to me. I just thought, oh, because you popped in, popped out, and I noticed the numbers were sort of fluctuating. So I'm just thinking, oh, right, okay. Whoever mentioned something else, I think Alucard popped in and said, "Oh, hi." I just thought I'd pop in and say hi, and then yeah, so I sort of went, "Oh, hi." Hope you're alright. Not realising that it wasn't there. They've got me retaking a lot of stuff, to be honest. It's a bit annoying. America. Yeah. Yes, I can imagine. Oh yeah, you would have thought something, and you would have thought I'd have realised, but I don't know. But you say because when I have it on my phone here, I have it on silent, so I don't get that sort of feedback type thing. Um, as you do. Oh, 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 yes. Right. So, how many days at college are you? So, are you doing college as well as? I'm assuming you're doing college as well as work, or is it like you basically educate full-time education to retake them? And it's not like a full year as well, surely. It's like, is it a course, like a refresher, just to make sure that you know? Mousebait, do you know what you're doing? No. None of us know what we're doing. Still working a bit less there. It's a 4-year degree. Gee, what? Wow. All the kindergarten kids would be gone by then. I'm just doing some housekeeping. Just moving stuff around. Because I want chocolate. Right, we got one of them. We got so that's country fudge. We got signature truffle, dairy milk, and hazelnut in caramel hazel whirl. So they're the only ones. Well, there are more of the same, but I say I knew that's why I liked you. I love a bit of fudge. It's chocolate coated fudge as well. They started me over as a freshman, effectively. Like I said, annoying. Yeah. Good way to get used to it, I guess. I'm online only, but yeah, they didn't take hardly any of my previous courses. I have a B. You have a BA already. What the fuck? Pardon my French. Um, what the fudge? Alright, go halves on you, alright? So, here you go. Ready? Here it comes. Nom 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 nom. Roses this far from Christmas. To be fair, I only found them like a week or so ago. Normally, I eat all the like the strawberry chocolates and the strawberry creams and the orange creams because nobody likes them. So I hardly get to any of these, and I found the boss, and I took it. Rose's yoink. So that was most delightful. 2 sets. Going for hazel and caramel now. Oh, and really fun because my previous BA, I came in technically as a senior, so I'm already getting, you must complete this if you don't want to graduate. Like, mate, I'm not even close yet. You must complete this if you want to graduate. Ass hats. What you should have said was, don't you know who I am? And that I am the mod to the Forge of Mars. That would have got you through, I'm sure. I'm 100% sure. I'm about 70% sure. 40%? Stress panic inducing emails for the win. Yeah, they're always fun. Right. Mouse is basically you're in a re-education camp. That's what you're saying. Yeah, at least it's cheaper. Well, that's something, I guess. I can feel the rhythm. I know you can't, but I'm done for a bit. Gonna play before I go postal. Laugh my ass. Take care all. Well, that's fair because I was gonna bugger off anyway. Um, I've done my time. But I hope your education goes well for the next few years. You know where we are. We're always here, and you're always welcome. You know that, Mass But yes, thank you everyone who's popped in to say hello today and to hang out for a little bit. We've built a Reaver. We've done the base. Weapons I always do last anyway, so no rush. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been emotional. There's been highs, there's been lows, there's been ins and there's been outs. All the love, dear. Oh, love you too, Mousebait. You. But yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday for another exciting Warcradle Wednesday. The first one of February. Yeah. If you didn't see it, I did. Where the fuck did I put it? Oh, I don't know where it is. I put it somewhere. Oh yeah, right there. So that's what we done. Well, that's what I finished now from Wednesday. The Zamish carrier for the Polish and Lithuanians. But yeah, and tonight we built a Reaver Titan, the first Titan of 2025. That is impressive. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. So until then, I will wish you all the best and happy hobbying, one and all. And be careful out there. See you later.